traumatizing. It's irrevocable. What is it called? I can't say the word.
Know. That's the word. That's the word, though.
Irrevocable, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, you can't go back on shit like that. Like, emotionally, the child is just not okay.
Do you think kids today face the level of trauma that we did as kids?
I think so.
You think so?
Just in different ways? I think so. It's in different ways.
They are indoctrinated with school shootings every 15 minutes on their fucking phone. Mm. They can watch somebody commit a mass murder on their phone.
They got to go through drills.
Yeah, they probably got a little bit harder. I mean, we got some equal traumatic shit. They're not getting beaten in class. They're not getting whoopings anymore.
They might still be getting
spankings.
They might be still getting beat at home. They might still be getting beat up after school. They might still be getting bullied online.
How do you whoop your kids?
What do you mean?
How do you, as a parent...
Are you recording?
Yeah. Oh. How are you as a parent... this is the last minute or so. But how is I'm just putting myself in a parent's shoes. I see a child, they do something. What do they have to do for me to get that angry?
Some shit that they've done 700 times already that you told them not to do. And you know damn well that they know they're not supposed to do it. And you've already hit them 14 times for the same exact thing and they're still not going to learn. So I don't know why you think that's going to be the factor.
Oh, you're right.
If you hit somebody once and that worked one time, if you only had to hit a child one time, that shit worked. If you have to repeatedly spank your child, it does not
the
work.
Weapon's not working.
Yeah. No.
The weapon's not working.
Nope.
Now it's abuse
work.
now.
Mm-hmm. Now you're
fucking, now we have to, now I have to tell you, you have to tell stories about somebody
getting
getting
whooped
in class.
And when I tell you about the idea of being 5 years old and the capacity of a 5-year-old, I mean, first of all, they only have 67 words in their vocabulary. So when you're trying to explain things to them, I mean, they're not going to get every single thing that you say. And when you are going to get frustrated with the child's capacity, when you're 40 or however old you are, 20, if you're 20, you still have 20 years on that kid of
maturity, insight,
context,
know-how.
right?
Yeah, just you know the world better.
I just don't think people would take it really into consideration. Like, if you cannot really be 5 years old and really consider the fact, like, you literally have a hard time wiping your own ass. You have a hard time getting a fruit snack in your mouth still. Like, you walk around with food on your face. Like, this is you. You're 5. Like, if you cannot comprehend the comprehension of a 5-year-old, it's going to be hard to be in tune with your child. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely right.
That's all I'm saying.
You're 100% right. I never even looked at it like that.
Ooh.
But a lot of that stuff comes from just having a dog and telling the dog repeatedly, trying to like rationalize with the dog. I'm like, why are you trying to rationalize with a fucking dog?
Dogs don't understand English.
She doesn't understand what you're saying.
Not yet. Yeah.
Everything she looks at you is play. You look at her, she just. We're about to do play. Like, you just trying to like turn out the show on the carpet. You know how advanced that shit is? The mindset she would have to consciously know the shit don't go there. She would have to let me know if the shit ain't open for her to go through. Like, it's a whole bunch of shit I'm putting in the dog.
Like, she's gotta like know she has to poop. Then she's gotta figure out how to tell you. Then she's gotta know the right place to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Before she shits on herself.
Before she shits on herself. But you need to be ready.
I need her to be ready.
You got to be ready as like the owner. Like,
it's just too
this
much.
is a lot.
It's too much. I feel bad.
Being a parent is hard, bro. Like, a dog parent or
kids.
especially a real parent, like adult. I mean, child, human.
You want them to be an adult really quick, so you can get in line, like, so you can start.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, you want them to cause you want them to understand what you're saying, but you can't explain like a 7-year-old because you don't know.
See, in my head, I'm like, I don't want you to understand. I want to see what you're seeing so I can show you what you need to know.
That takes a level of maturity. Yeah. A lot of us ain't got there yet.
Right. I'm like, so I need to see what you're seeing so I can show you what you need to know. Right. But I don't want to just show you things. Like, I need to know what you need to know.
Yeah.
I guess.
How does a child convey that?
That's not their job. It's my job to know.
How do you know?
It's my job to ask the right question, to observe the right things, to put them in the situations and see how they react or like what they're feeling, have the conversations with them afterwards. Like, it's
what you should
be
do.
Connected.
This is what everybody should do with a new kid. You sign them up for Ninja Warrior, you put them through the obstacle course, and you just see.
Listen, you can learn, like, they do, psychological psychological tests with infants, and they put something in front of them, and the way that the child reacts is literally how the child starts acting for the rest of their life. Like, they are usually someone who responds in this kind of way to this kind of thing, and they do that when they're 6 months old, and they do that same exact thing when they're 6 years old, and they do that same exact thing when they're 26 years old. And this is just their personality, and we saw it when you'd only been out of the womb for 6 months. You've already developed these types of patterns of preference or reactions to having something outside of your reach. Do you cry? Or do you grin at somebody to hypnotize them to get what you want? But you're only 6 months old. How do you know? You know that you can cry, or that you can maybe make eye contact. That's the only communication that you have. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But later on in life, do you use your words, or do you use your actions to get what you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the ways that you can see somebody's personality at 6 weeks old. You know what I'm saying? 6 months old.
I like that.
Things like that.
That's super interesting.
Right.
Fucking test is that and give it to us.
Well, you did get it. You know what I'm saying? Your parents were the persons that were testing you. They just weren't paying attention.
Right,
yeah, they didn't know the psychology of what it meant when you were the person, like I said, who cries when you need something and communicates with words, or are you the person who looks at somebody and hopes that they know what you're thinking, or whatever the psychology is behind whatever the kid does.
My parents are too busy trying to be kids.
Right? Or they just, or like you said, they want you to be grown up, or they want you to already understand something, or they're frustrated that they can't understand you, or just a lot. It
takes a lot of complexity to make things simple. You know, the complex things that don't shit on the carpet. It took a lot for you to get there that fucking quick. It's impossible for a child or a dog or, you know, to get it. So it's nuts out here. We put too much on our people.
Too much pressure on the babies, y'all. Too much pressure, not enough, like, putting yourself in their shoes, I think. Because when I see people yelling at kids, I'm like, bro, I feel so bad. You and these dogs. I can't with you and these dogs.
Screaming at the dog. This is not who you are. This is not who you are.
When you're yelling at people, just know that you're not who you are anymore. You've gone away. Yes. You've lost a little bit of control.
There's something going. You're unhinged.
You need to count to 10.
You're unraveling.
Take a breath.
You're so fucking cute.
Yelling is not it, folks.
I'm about to put Teresa on. Teresa, I gave the dog to Teresa. Then
you did.
Just get the dog away.
She did.
Yeah.
Because that dog was too much, or what?
Yeah, she's just too much. Like, she doesn't like. She watching the baby at the same time, trying to train the dog.
Oh yeah.
It's just a lot. Like,
she has a lot going on.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Dogs are a lot.
But she gave it to a nice family.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she didn't give it to the pound or anything like
good.
That. That motherfucker's coming right back here. Like, we gonna thug this shit out.
Oh, okay.
If that was gonna be like that, like,
yeah.
She told me after she gave the dog away, so I couldn't even fucking protest.
What? I be wanting a challenge, like.
You don't want that challenge.
A dog that is unruly, who, you know what I mean? Like, I think that I know answers to things, right? Like, I'm like, oh, well, yelling at your child isn't the way. Like, you don't have to yell at your child to get them to do what you need to do. And then, 3 days after watching a kid, I'm yelling my ass off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, am I really real about what I'm saying? Like,
do you? In
my head, like, I'm not a yeller. Like, I can be loud. I can be, like, this is my voice, like, this is my tone, like, I can be, talking about something, and I can be this loud, like, and this is my regular voice. But, like, me yelling, like, I'm talking about, like, anger. I'm talking about that. Right. We're not talking about volume. We're talking about enthusiasm. We're talking about anger. Right. Okay. But, yeah, I'm not a yeller when I get angry.
But you have to yell at kids sometimes.
You have to yell at kids sometimes. But listen, these kids, they're in their own world. So what you're really having to do is see what it is that has their attention so much that they're not listening.
They're psychotic.
They are. That's why you have to create an environment for, like, them to be psychotic, but, like, limit their ability to be violent, to be hurtful, to break things. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of your job.
I think I was a decent kid growing up, aside from the throwing in the chair, the teacher. I kind of mellowed out.
Aside from my violent streaks.
I kind of mellowed out when I got into junior high. Everybody was, like, way bigger than me. Like, in elementary, we was all at the same height, size, and shit. A couple outliers, but for the most part, we was all the same. And then junior high, and I'm like, no, you're actually kind of small, and there's only so much you can do. All that screaming and yelling and shit. You gotta pick and choose your battles.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, this is so terrible. They do a doozy. These parents be doing a doozy, and they don't even know it.
Don't even
and like,
know it.
I always say they're just clumsy. They're just clumsy. We can't blame them, and God help them. Whew, honey.
The things that you didn't know was trauma.
That's the cognitive dissonance thing. That's what I'm saying. The stuff you don't know, you don't know. And the stuff you don't know.
Forced religion, the beatings.
The invalidating of my feelings and emotions. Right. The manipulation.
Manipulation, constantly. You're constantly lied to.
Oh my gosh.
If you ask for anything, you're constantly lied to about it.
Crazy.
Hope is going up and just dash. Like, you're just subjected to this shit on a consistent basis. But like, you're a kid. You just play video games and shit. You don't say nothing.
People just think we like...
You don't say nothing. I'm dying inside, that's why.
Yeah, I can't say anything. I'm empty inside.
Right,
Thanks.
I'm super empty inside. I'm dying inside. My
You stripped me of everything.
Yes.
There's nothing. I don't have anything. You've already told me I'm nothing. What do you want? I'm not important. You don't pick me up from school. Anything? You don't cook for me. You
hate me. You hate me.
And our parents are like, you have a roof over your head.
Okay. It feels like I'm not supposed to be
There's a TV dinner in the freezer.
Right, but it feels like I ain't supposed to be here with the rest of you guys. Like, some of us are supposed to be here.
And I'm like, but what about my emotional security?
Like, you don't know what that shit means.
You don't know what that means. What about my feelings? You don't know what those are.
You know what those are. You don't even have it. You're a kid. Why would you want to delve into that?
That's adult stuff. Everything is adult stuff.
Yeah.
Even though you're a kid who's like talking about it, like, how did it get into my world if it's so adult? Like, how do I have this concept?
Like, why do I feel like this?
Why do I have all these adult feelings if I'm a child? Is it possible that I'm feeling these things?
Yeah, because they're probably real.
Is it possible that I'm actually feeling these things?
Yeah, it could be that, and your parents could be terrible.
I think that that's my trigger or whatever, is when people don't take me seriously enough. Like, I don't have a lot of emotion. I'm not yelling. You know what I mean? So, like, when I say something and I really mean it, sometimes I'm like, this person doesn't understand what this means to me. Like, you know what I mean? And I can't make it mean something else because I'm not going to yell it. And I can't be that emotional about it. I just need you to really understand what I'm saying. And I don't know if I have to do this. Like, I have to give them, like, a symbol so that they know, like, this really, really means, like, really, really a lot to me. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they don't get the information.
There's a certain sternness in your voice that you can get. There's a certain level.
There is.
I don't understand fast.
There is. That's
I can see you struggling with me. Bless your soul. In your heart. Bless your heart. You're
but see, that sternness, like, I don't always want that sternness to come out, because that sternness can, like, make people defensive. You know what I mean? Or, like, sound mean. And, like, I don't need to sound mean. I just need you to, like, understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's when I have to, when it gets stern, like, no, you have to, stop thinking and just listen to what she's saying.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I get.
Right. And that's what I do. But I don't want to have to resort to sternness all the time.
That's how you get people attention.
I know.
That's the.
But stern is almost like borderline violence to me, and I'm just like, I don't want to, like, coerce or, like.
No, it's that thing you were talking about in the book.
Okay.
How he has the thing that they hook you in, and then he gives you the neutralizing
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Yeah. We did talk about that. We can't talk about it here. It's too much to talk about.
Right.
But all he had to say was the hook, and that's all I needed to know.
Too traumatic.
Yeah.
It's too traumatic.
Right.
Yeah.
Communicating with unemotionally intelligent parents.
The worst. In fact, it's one thing that they have that relationship with you, but you see they have it with their other kids too, and it's just like they don't even see, like, you could probably be the problem. I know it's all of our faults.
Well, you also have the sibling who's like, no, mama's perfect. Like, what do you mean?
Like,
you also have that sibling who, like,
you have a sibling like that?
I do.
That's crazy.
Like, I have an issue with a parent, and my other sibling is like, that parent is perfect, and I'm like, what? How can you say that?
I'm telling you the thing they subjected me to, and you can still say that.
And you're still saying, I'm like, do we grew up in
that?
the same house? I know we grew up in the same house. We were both there. How do you not see it like this? And
I think
they
it's
do not see it
unanimous
that way.
with me, my sisters, that they see their parents.
You guys all see your parents the same.
Same way. I don't. Well, not my dad anymore. My dad and my mom. Like, I have good relationships with them.
Yeah. And all your siblings have pretty decent relationships with them?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it had to be almost 40.
One parent. See, some of your siblings are like, nah, I can't really fuck with dad like that, because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? That's not that bad. You know, daddy's been through some stuff. He's, you know, dad. He's dad. Like, it's cool. Like, just accept dad for who he is. You have a sibling who's like, nah, I can't.
Nah, it's
like,
a lot.
It's deeper than that.
My thing is, I want to get like my sisters on the same page with my dad. They don't have to like this nigga, but just.
Nah, don't worry about that.
Yeah,
don't be trying to do that for them.
Yeah, no. I just want, because we're all like, because he needs some men in relationships. He doesn't need to be on the green on the same page as them. He needs to understand his children. You know, it's not about you dictating what they can and can't do, because you can't. You know, it's just understanding who they are and accepting them for who they are, their lifestyle choices or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, stop being so
And that's
fucking
hard for
harsh.
them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's hard for dads, I think. I think that's hard for parents, because they had an idea of what they thought they were going to raise.
Yeah.
While they were neglecting us completely.
Completely neglecting us. Like
they totally had an idea of what we were supposed to be anyways. Well, they're completely neglecting.
I had great plans for you, but I just didn't want to execute for some strange reason. I had so many plans for you.
This is not us bashing our parents. We had great parents. We survived.
Yeah,
we love them still.
Yeah, it's not that, but I can make fun of how I grew up.
We can make fun of it.
Yeah, because I have a lot of trauma I'm dealing with.
And we have to laugh instead of cry. Okay, people.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, I love my parents, but fuck.
Yeah, they did a
Shit was hard as fuck, nigga. Shit was super hard. Niggas, basketball, all types of shit. Man. Okay, we're gonna stop that. We're not gonna end or begin that. We're just gonna